Black Panther 3 is reportedly, by the way, this is a rumor. Black Panther 3 is reportedly in development at Marvel Studios. Letitia Wright will star in the film as Black Panther. The Midnight Angel series will tie into the film. Also, the U.S. and others will try to use Wakanda for their resources and vibranium, which will lead to a war in the U.S. There was recent rumors Marvel wanted Doctor Doom in the MCU relatively soon, if not in the Fantastic Four. He will definitely appear in Black Panther 3. In the comics, Shuri also faced Doom when she became the Black Panther in Doom Wars. We are currently in the Dark Reigns era.
Sounds fire, but they need to have T'Challa.
I agree.
If I were, listen, I almost think they shouldn't do this movie if they're not going to bring T'Challa back.
So, what I would like, right? Because I'm trying to compromise here, because you know how strongly I feel about this recast T'Challa movement. You and I are both very strong in that space. You and I are probably the strongest voices in that space, to be honest. But what I will say is this: I would love to see T'Challa being trained by the Dora Milaje. And I would love to see a teenage T'Challa. I wouldn't mind a 17 or 18-year-old T'Challa, and I wouldn't mind if he is the Black Panther with Shuri in battle. I wouldn't mind seeing something like that to where he's kind of learning the ropes, because this is T'Challa's son. Because I don't really know what they're going to do with are they going to bring a multiversal T'Challa in for Black Panther, or is his son just going to become the T'Challa of this place? I'm fine with either one, but it's looking like T'Challa's son is this T'Challa Jr. is going to be the guy. So I imagine that we're going to get a really big time jump where T'Challa's like 18 or 19, and I think he'll have the suit at that point, or he'll be right there to where we're going to see him train, and he's going to have a big role in the film. But
the issue with the time jump is that I don't see them doing it, because here's the thing. If they do even a 10-year time jump, for argument's sake, the problem is that the son of T'Challa, whatever his name is then you can't bring him into the other movies unless you also time jump those movies. So it defeats the purpose of bringing in that version of the Black Panther into the Avengers movies, because you can't do it unless you time jump the entire MCU. So they're stuck between a rock and a hard place with that, which brings us back to the only way to do Black Panther 3 is to bring back T'Challa, or don't do it.
But how do you? So other than using the multiverse, how do you do that without killing the lore or without destroying the universe? Is it you just bring a multiverse T'Challa in, or do we just act like he's back?
I think you right away because I hate the idea of the multiverse being the cop out. I think you write him
at
back.
This point. It has to be.
Yeah.
At this point, it has to be the cop out.
I don't even really care. I don't even really care.
Bro, so I just want T'Challa.
Yeah, I just want T'Challa. Whether you have to write him back, that he's back from the dead, or that he's a multiverse variant, you bring him back. Because Black Panther 3, listen, Black Panther 2 is a catastrophe for the MCU. And it's a catastrophe because that movie wasn't as great as it should have been because they didn't recast T'Challa. Because a bunch of people online it's like unbelievable. Actors die tragically. You recast them. That's how Hollywood's worked since the beginning of time. And every time I think about Black Panther 2, I'm just like, it's a shame that T'Challa wasn't in it. That's all I think about that movie.
Bro, you get very upset. You get very upset.
Yeah, because it's so dumb. It's so dumb. And I just think that people didn't think it through, and they were just too emotional, and they demanded that T'Challa not be recasted. And it's like, You ruined the movie, and now, Black Panther 3. Like, I
Now,
don't even want
I
the
think I
movie
have
to
a
come
way
out
that they
unless
can do it. I have a way that they can do it without the multiverse. Because think about this, right? If time is all happening like going down the timeline, right? If we get Spider-Man 4, we get Fantastic Four, we get Doctor Strange, all these other movies, that can add up to be 10 years. And so then Black Panther 4 or 3 happens at that 10-year mark where T'Challa is like 21 at that point.
But you're talking about the son. You're not talking about T'Challa.
Yeah, because T'Challa Jr. is going to be the Black Panther, bro. But what
I
they're
don't think
going to
that's
do
his
is
name though.
yeah, his name is T'Challa. He said it at the end. And bro, what they're basically going to do is just act like the old one never existed.
It's Toussaint.
But his Wakandan name is T'Challa.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. And so I think they're going to age him up, and I think we're going to wait like 4 or 5 years. But what they're going to do is they're going to act like the old T'Challa just didn't exist, and he's just going to be the prime one. Like obviously they might mention it a few times, obviously,
Yeah.
but I think that's kind of how they're going to do it, and I think this is perfect because this is right when the X-Men comes out, so we can get a Storm and T'Challa run and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
I think either way works, but to me it's all about who they recast. Damson Idris, make it happen.